Hello everybody and welcome to Zelda Bros. We're finally back! And I'm Bingus Pingus, joined here by Skywalker, and we are going to be going over our thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom while I kill some monsters in the background. Skywalker, why don't you go ahead with what you thought of the story?
The story was interesting, to say the least, considering uh, all the new elements. I saw a meme online, which I 100% agree with. The tech demo, which is Breath of the Wild, and then the actual game, which is Tears of the Kingdom. Might I say, very much worth it.
Yup.
And the story was really fun. If you don't want spoilers, why did you click on a review video?
True.
So I think we spoiler warning now before we get really deep.
Yup.
Anyway, now that's out of the way.
Uh-huh.
Um, the story, very fun. I thought Rauru was a nice homage to Ocarina of Time.
Yep. Even though Rauru Tears of the Kingdom was not all too accurate to Rauru Ocarina of Time.
Rauru Ocarina of Time was just annoying because he was also the owl known as Gepora Gepora.
Yep. Gepora Gepora was the worst.
Ba, 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 ba.
Ba 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 ba.
Indeed. Yeah, the dungeons, or temples, as they were known. I did like their names. The Wind one, what was that? What was the name of the Wind Temple?
Let me check. I've got the map up here.
No, I got it. One sec.
The legendary Stormwind Arc. Now that's a cool name.
I liked it, but they could have just done Wind Temple.
Yeah, since
the other one, the one in the Zora would have felt more natural if it were actually underwater.
Oh yeah, that definitely would have made it a lot better, but as we know, Link is just like me and can't go under the water.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty sure most people miss Rivali's Gale at this point, which has been shown in our previous Breath of the Wild videos.
Yep.
If you haven't seen that, then please go check them out. We're desperate.
Yes, we need views, even though one of our most viewed videos was something related to Tears of the Kingdom, which was actually just the unboxing of my special Switch. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. But yeah, watch our Breath of the Wild content.
We might have to go back into that eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, the story was really good. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it.
Alright. The game is very, very well written, even better than Breath of the Wild. I liked how the temples were laid out. They were really good. They were complex. They required some thought, unlike the temples in Breath of the Wild, which were just mid.
Mm-hmm.
The bosses actually posed a challenge. I mean, not for me right now, because I use glitches to get a Giga Sword. But at the time, I didn't have it, and the bosses were a challenge.
I took one for the team, and that's why you don't have the update, because I updated it to see what it was about. And oh boy.
See, something that I did, that I actually liked that I did that, because it made me explore the game and do more of the story, I started over so I could have my glitches. But anyways, the temples were very, very well written. They were difficult. Favorite was probably the Wind Temple.
Mine was the lightning. Then again, I kind of like I like lightning as an element. Lightning is just fun to mess around with in general. don't know.
Alright, my least favorite was definitely the Fire Temple. It was just boring and dragged on.
It was no. What about the uh, what was it? The Spirit Temple. Ah,
Yeah, the Spirit Temple was painful because one of the depots didn't dispense.
that was for you. They all worked for me.
Yeah, and I don't know what was up, but I thought it was because of the light route, so I actually went out and did the light route, but it just didn't work. So I had to restart my game. I had to close and reopen the game. Yay. Playing on version
Oh,
1
I'm
isn't
so
a buggy
bad.
mess at all.
Agreed. Why we've gone over the story now? Why don't we go over enemies?
Oh yeah, let's go over enemies. I'm gonna...
Uh, you've got your bokoblins, moblins, luzalfas, all of them. Their horns are obviously changed, which I like their newer horns, but the old ones have so much more nostalgia, almost.
Almost, yeah, you could say that.
But we're not here for old enemies. We're here to talk new ones. So we're talking
Your
frog,
Aracudas, Frocks, Battle
your
Taluses.
your battle taluses, yeah. Uh, I don't know what those hanging monkey ones are. I think they're horboblin, horbob, you know,
Horriblins. Yeah.
horbob, whatever. We're talking probably what makes guardians look like children.
Gloom
Gloom hands.
Hands.
You know, why don't we just talk about the gloom hands for a second?
Yeah, alright. Gloom Hands. They are terrifying the first time you see them, but I've developed a strategy. What you do is you gain an aerial advantage over them, then you just use bomb flowers. Or
That's
Yanobo.
what I do is I usually use Gibdo bones or bombs. It really doesn't matter. I do go and attack them, and then once it's Phantom Ganon, you also get an aerial advantage, and you should be fine.
See, for me, I can one-shot Phantom Ganons as long as I've zuggled my sword enough, but Phantom Ganon is terrifying. Like, you see Phantom Ganon, you're just... Oh boy, that thing was terrifying the first time I killed Gloom Hands.
Uh-huh. And the fun thing was, if you've done the Kilton side quest, he allows you to make statues of monsters. And if you do Phantom Ganon, sadly you can't do the Gloom Hand. He looks so realistic. Like, you can tell the other ones are obviously, well, you know, models.
Fake. Yeah.
But the Phantom Ganon,
Ooh.
oh my god.
And, the 5 Phantom Ganons in Hyrule Castle before you face off Ganondorf, that was tricky. I mean, like, I got Minoru, I got the Master Sword, actually, instead of just using Message Not Found. But that was still a challenge. But then Skywalker suggested that I use arrows.
What did I tell you?
Yeah, they went down so easily. Because I would just use all of my... I would just get a 3-shot Lionel bow, since I had killed so many Lionels before, I had a bunch of them. Then I would just hit them with the arrows in the head, and they would pause, and I would kill them with my Zuggle sword.
Agreed. You know, let's talk about the enemies they brought back from older games.
Yeah. Alright, Skywalker, you're an expert on this, so you go ahead.
I remember playing Ocarina of Time. I remember my first encounter with the like. My shield got destroyed. I'm like, what?
What?
Indeed, it was just like, how could you?
When I
Wait,
first
I killed-
encountered likes, I was wondering like what is this tube monster and why did it take my
Lifelike,
spear?
lifelike actually used to look like, they used to look like jelly. That's the best I can give you. Their new design, it does pay homage to what they did look like, but not too much. It's really nice.
Okay.
Uh huh. And then let's go to Gyptos. They were known as Redeads in
Yes.
Ocarina of Time, but it's so nice to see them back. I'm kind of sad they don't do their iconic shriek, which just paralyzes Link in fear. That would actually be really fun. Nintendo, listen to us.
That would have been a great game mechanic. It would have made the Queen Gibdo fight painful, but it would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have. Okay, why don't we take a dive down to the depths and talk about frocks?
Oh boy, frocks. Where do I
I
begin with frocks?
The first time I saw that, I was going near a light route. I didn't even see it. I just saw the health bar. I'm like, what did I just find?
When I first encountered a frocks, I was going for a part of the Yiga set. Um, I'll show it. I was going for the Akhenatennis light route, but I dived down the East Akala Plains chasm. I saw that thing jump at me, and I just fast traveled away. That was terrifying.
Agreed.
Yeah, but
Uh,
I just
I'm,
grabbed, I just put like a Hinox horn on like a claymore, and they go down really easily.
yeah. All right, then why don't we ascend towards the sky and talk about probably one of my favorite bosses in these games.
Gleox. Or Flux Construct. Which one are you talking about?
Deal. That's just me.
Yeah, you went silent for a bit.
Oh, sorry about that. What do you want to talk about first? Flux constructs or Gleox? I don't really care.
I want to talk about Flux Constructs. Flux
Alright.
Constructs. When I first saw the one on the Great Sky Island, I was like, "Whoa, big robot from the trailer," and I was scared to fight that thing. Like, I didn't
Tell
have
you what,
fast travel yet, but I wish I did. Because that thing, it did its, like, arm down attack, and it just killed me. And I didn't go back until I had gotten, I think it was the Yiga Mask, and killed a black boss bokoblin, and fused his horn to a thing when I finally felt confident to fight a Flux Construct 1.
yeah, I must say they get progressively more fun
They
just
do.
to just in scale. It's really fun. I did not know you could use Ultra Hand on it until my Flux 3 construct fight.
I also did not know that, but then Skywalker told me, and fighting them became so easy.
Uh, Now why don't we fly on over to Gleox?
Oh boy. Alright, Skywalker, you start us off on Gleox.
Uh, what hasn't been said about them?
Uh,
There's a lot. They're just fun to fight in general.
when I first saw the Flame Gleok on Bridge of Hylia, I was like, whoa, big dragon. but,
So I played the original Zelda game. I fought Gleok. He was the first boss, and I
ooh.
was like, oh my gosh, they brought it back, but it's fire now.
When I tried to kill the Flame Gleok, I tried to use Zonai devices, but it just kept breaking my Zonai devices. So I just avoided the Bridge of Hylia until I got gear that could actually take it on, like Lionel bows.
Yes.
The second phase on the King Goliath is so difficult because you actually have to get up to him.
Agreed.
And if you can't stun the ice head, you're just dead. Because those ice shards will kill you in an instant.
The first King Gliok I fought was when I went to go get the Cap of Twilight.
Oh boy, where'd you go for that King Goliath?
That King Gliok is right below Typhloid Ruins,
Okay.
and I went to go get it because Twilight Princess was the first Zelda game I beat,
Okay.
so it holds a lot of memories for me. And I must say, with the gloom, it's like an actual boss fight. Like, it could be in a dungeon.
It could very much be in a dungeon.
I don't know, I think that's all the enemies.
An enemy that we didn't cover is the Aracuda.
I thought those were Aeropos for the longest time.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Yeah. One sec, man. I gotta take care of something quick.
Alright, we'll cut this portion out. My hover bike! My hover bike broke and now it's just a fan with a bright bloom seed.
Oh no.
Me sad.
Alright. What should we talk about now, my good friend?
Final thoughts? Any final thoughts on the game?
Why don't we
Anything at
talk
all?
about the final boss quickly?
Demon King Ganondorf.
I thought Nintendo would, just make the health bar harder to break down. No, they did the most hilarious thing where the health bar just kept moving.
Going and going and going. Alright, don't
At
mind
first
that picture
I
of Purah that I
thought it
took.
would be a bit. But then, all of a sudden, my facial expression changed into complete horror.
Look at the health bar, it just goes whee! Almost to the edge of the screen.
If you don't have the Master Sword and the Silver Lionel Saberhorn,
yeah.
good luck.
One thing that I really liked that they did was they made it so that he can flurry rush your flurry rushes.
And then you can Flurry Rush his Flurry Rush on your Flurry Rush.
Yeah, but I couldn't do that because I was just not. I was not mentally prepared enough to do that.
I have a question. Is your Switch currently connected to the internet?
Yes.
I want you to quickly go check the news tab, and there should be a brand new Tears of the Kingdom not so useful equipment guide.
Yep, I'm right here.
It is the dumbest thing, and it's hilarious.
Wooden mop shield, soup ladle bones, food arrows. Do not insult the meat arrows, Nintendo. Don't do it. Bomb flower shield. That's actually useful.
I think I might rock the outfit they have in the trailer there. The Royal Guard shirt and the archaic warm legs.
Archaic warm legs. By the way, Skywalker, when did you actually get the archaic warm legs?
That was actually my second piece of armor. I didn't find the archaic tunic until after I beat the game.
Wow. On my first playthrough, I found the archaic legwear and the tunic, but I was so focused on just not dying at the snow shrine, I didn't even think about going to the tree that was there. I was
Yeah.
just so focused on living.
Why don't we move into final thoughts?
Alright.
You ending. Well, why
Okay.
don't you start with final thoughts, actually?
Alright. This game is just really, really well made. I enjoy Ultra Hand, as you can see right now. I'm struggling to build something.
I have one thing to say. If you are one of those people who watches game reviews before, they actually buy a game, if you watch this, why? And second, give them I know it's $70, but oh my gosh, is it worth it?
Give Nintendo your money for Tears of the Kingdom.
It is worth it.
It is very worth it. What if I put the steering stick where the balloon is supposed to go? Yes, now I can't get to the steering stick. We should make a video that's just messing around with Ultra Hand.
That's in like a month or so.
It actually drives.
No.
This silly little tri-wheeled contraption actually drives.
Alright. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who actually watches. Why don't you all leave a comment on how you go around blessing shrines? Do you go over the chest, to the left, to the right, or what me and Big Fingers do? Grab the chest and run out of there.
I love grabbing the chest and running out of there. I have so many incomplete blessing shrines.
Alright, goodbye everyone.
Goodbye.